Brice here from Mixed Alternative Magazine. Today, we are seated with one of my favorite bands out of Lafayette, Phantom Sun. These guys are an alternative, well, I like to say alternative and grunge band, but they've got so many different facets to what they do. So today, we're going to dive into that, and we're going to talk a little bit about Eclipse Fest, which is coming up on May 10th. We've got a big call coming up for that, so we'll give you more information then. But today, let's dive into Phantom Sun. What is up, guys?
Hi.
Howdy.
Y'all are such a lively bunch. I love y'all so much. And as you can see, look, y'all, I put on makeup today for y'all so I don't look like a swamp donkey.
So did Drake. Drake put on makeup too. Look at the beautiful face.
We
Not all
woke up early
lighting.
this morning.
Yeah.
Had to go play with some of our friends. So.
We went go play with Goodbye Academy.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Y'all had a show last night?
Oh, no. We went this morning and we did a little jam thing with them. We have a surprise ready for Eclipse Fest now.
Really? Is
Not
it
allowed to know what it is. It's enclosed.
so you can't tell me like a little like is it a special song y'all are gonna get on stage together or what?
Special little thing. Y'all are gonna be so excited to see.
You gotta come to the show.
You gotta come to Eclipse Fest.
Wow. Okay, so you just
Anyway.
heard that. So May 10th, another reason you need to get your butts down to Lafayette at Feed and Seed because Goodbye Academy, which is another one of my favorite bands out of Baton Rouge, they're joining forces with Phantom Sun for something special. So, hey.
Have
Hell to the yeah. All right. So what I wanted to get into, we've done the article on you guys, but you know, a lot of people don't read these days. So we're going to dive into it. Let's talk about how you guys came together. Obviously, you're all friends, but
Yeah.
how did you all meet and when did you decide to start a band together?
I met Alec when I first moved down here to Louisiana. I met Alec when we were both 10, and we kind of just became each other's only friends because we both suck as people and we're both giant losers. So
I don't. I
More
didn't.
credit, man.
I'm very cool.
yeah, we're very cool to each other, not to anybody else.
So did y'all met in high school then, right?
No, we met in elementary school.
Yeah.
Me and him met in elementary school. We met him in high.
It was
Yeah.
they met at was it freshman or sophomore?
I think it was
year?
late freshman year.
Okay.
But I met him in 6th grade.
And then so like what grade were you in when you guys got together and decided, hey, you know what, let's start a band?
Past high school.
I think it was like right out of senior
It was-
year.
It
I think
was,
like right
we
after.
were talking about it,
Yeah, we talked
and then
about it.
the pandemic happened, and we
Yeah.
didn't see each other for about 6 to 8 months,
Yeah,
and then we got back and started hanging out, and we're like, hey, we got nothing to do.
yeah. So we kind of started it. We wanted, me and him wanted to start it before we graduated high school,
Mhm.
but then it kind of like everything fell apart when COVID hit. So then we eventually were like, oh, let's restart the idea, and then we brought Drakus on board, and then we were like, oh, okay, cool.
And then the lineup was complete, and now you have one of the most badass three-piece bands in Louisiana, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't talk about the other incarnations. We don't talk about those. It's always been a 3-piece, always.
Yeah, and that's how we're going to market you guys is the three-piece. You guys are bringing back the three-piece formula to alternative music. So
We should, and then
The
you
best.
go to Eclipse Fest, and there's like mostly
There's 5.
3 pieces.
There's 5 3-pieces.
is there really? Because now you're going to have me looking at the lineup and thinking about that. That's interesting. Okay.
5 3-pieces. I didn't even know. We can't even find another one until a couple months ago. And then apparently they all wanted to come into Eclipse Fest. So
Interesting.
anybody above, we have one guy, and then we have 3 pieces. So-
Yeah, because we've got Ryan Henry with We Are the Virus, huh? And then we've got
Yeah.
Jay, but Jay's going to have a band.
He should have a band. He
Yeah.
said he's gonna have a band.
So now he has more than us. So, you know.
Oh, yeah. All right. So my next question for you guys. All right. So obviously you like alternative, you like rock, you know, but what kind of music did you listen to growing up? Because like me, I listened to everything and sometimes it was not by choice, right? So like, see, for me, it's crazy. I remember a lot of songs from childhood from just like riding around the car with my mom and she'd have like top 40 radio on. And so a lot of those songs sucked, but a lot of them were good, right? But like sometimes I get some of those crappy songs like stuck in my head. And then the only way I can get them out of my head is to listen to them, which I'm rambling now, but now you get the point. But so for my question for you guys, what did you listen to growing up that kind of helped shape how you are as musicians now?
We're going to take turns. He's going to go first.
I'm gonna go first. Okay. Well, my family is all they listen to is country. That's basically it.
Wow.
So when I was growing up, it's all country. But as far as me, it's since probably since high school, I've been straightly '90s alternative,
Okay.
and Foo Fighters.
And Foo Fighters, you don't loop them into the whole 90s alternative?
Well, they're good stuff. They have some good songs in the '90s, but they're still putting out good music. So I wouldn't define them as a strictly '90s band.
Right. I totally agree. Yeah.
Even their latest album is really good. So I'm not.
And to be quite honest, I was never a huge Foo Fighters fan because I was such a huge Nirvana fan. And so to see Dave Grohl doing something, besides Nirvana, it just didn't appeal to me. I like some of their stuff, don't get me wrong, but I like, it's not a CD that I'll pick to like put on in the car or whatever,
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to probably every Foo Fighters song out there, even their keys and stuff. So I mean, I like most of their stuff, and I don't even like say like it's so different from Nirvana that they kind of can hang together. It doesn't really bother me. But then again, I was born after Nirvana, so I wasn't even there when Nirvana was.
I was a stain.
Do y'all know how old I was when Nirvana came out? Y'all want to know? I was 11 years old.
Old. You don't look a day over 20.
I was 11 years old when Nirvana came out. I remember buying a cassette tape at Walmart. So,
Cassette tape.
dude, cassettes were the bomb. Don't knock it, okay? All right, y'all.
They're coming back. I can play that place cassettes. I don't have it.
Star Lord.
So Nick, what did you listen to growing up? Because I know you're all over the place. I know you said your dad had a good influence with your music taste.
Yeah, my dad was like a big grunge guy in the '90s because he was our age when Nirvana was coming out. So he was like, his favorite of the grunge bands was Soundgarden. So I basically just grew up on Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, and like Ozzy and Metallica and all that. My dad really liked that, but he was also a big fan of Keith Whitley. And
that's very odd.
Yeah, also really like Prince and all that. So
Prince is cool, but Keith Whitley. It reminds me of the movie Empire Records. Like the dude's stealing the CDs, and they're like, "Look, you took rap, metal, Whitney Houston." He goes, "It's for my girlfriend." He goes, "Yeah, right."
Yeah, West Virginia's radio is really weird though, because West Virginia they would play grunge on the same channels as like Garth Brooks. And it would be on the exact same channels because they just mixed them all. So when I was growing up, basically all they had on there. And we kind of just gravitated towards that. And I mean, I started listening to like punk music when I was trying to venture away from what my dad listened to. So I started getting into like Flag and the Ramones and all that. And then it turned into like System of a Down and Korn and all that. That's what I was listening to in senior year and all that.
Yeah.
And it just kept progressively getting more yelling. And now I've just gone back to like Smashing Pumpkins and all that.
Well, yeah, you're an alternative guy, dude. I mean, like plain and simple. I mean, like metal's cool every once in a while. You're kind of like me, like you like metal, you visit it every once in a while. But
it's fun until it's the same song on repeat for 7 hours. But whatever. No hate. I love them. I love all the metal bands except for like noisecore, and that's yikes.
Okay, Alec, what you got?
Oh.
Dude, did you just fart? Who farted?
I didn't. No,
he hit the table.
Oh, I thought somebody farted. I was about to call you out. Be like,
I didn't even start like I was like you to begin with. I listened to anything and everything. Then I got into rock just from 3 Days Grace.
After he made fun of me.
Yeah, it's true.
He made fun of me for liking Green Day and all that, and then he was like, "Oh man, this shit's pretty good."
Then I discovered what good music is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So then I moved to like the '80s stuff, '80s hair metal and stuff like that. So that's mainly what I've been listening to.
Big Motley Crue guy.
Big Motley Crue guy. You see when I take my shirt off when I drum.
You want to be like Tommy Lee, have the spinning, drum set, yeah.
And he wants to be able to drive a boat with no hands.
That's fine while I do it.
Y'all want to laugh? I got to tell y'all a quick story, okay, since we're on this Tommy Lee thing. So this was maybe like 3 years ago. Tommy Lee was posting all these pictures of his, his member on Instagram. Well, me being me, y'all. So he posted this one picture, and I went on there and I commented. I said, Dude, I thought it was bigger than that. You know what they say? Those who have the small ones feel the need to flaunt them. So, he might not be as big as, what he says he is, just saying. So. And that's why I love this show. You see the territory we're getting into? That's why this show is called Unscripted Verbiage. I've got questions, but then we kind of veer the other way.
He has a clip on
a lot of tangents.
He has a clip on penis.
All right, guys. So, next question. Next question. What is your favorite band of all time, each of you? You can only pick one. Now, I know that's hard because, like, for me, I have it down to like 3 different bands. But if you could only pick one band to be your favorite, who would it be?
Well, I kind of talked about it already. It would definitely be Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters? Okay.
For me. Nirvana is like very, very close second.
Yeah.
But that was the first rock music I've ever listened to was Foo Fighters. So it just stuck. And I've liked all of their albums since, so I'm not.
Okay. Nick, Smashing Pumpkins?
Oh, yeah, Smashing Pumpkins, and my second place is the White Stripes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Jack White guy.
Jack White.
Love Jack
I
White.
dated a guy that looked like Jack White. Like, no shit. He really did. He looked like Jack White. All right. Mr. Drummer, come on.
Motley Crue.
Motley Crue? Okay.
It gotta be Motley Crue.
Okay. All right. I'll take it. All right. Now, next question. Now, so say your dream gig, comes to you. All right. And so if you could share the stage with any musician, they have to be living, who would it be and why?
Like as a collective?
As a collective?
We have to all decide.
Or do we set,
well, I mean, you do kind of have to agree because you are a band. So, if the options are presented to you, who is one band that you all be like, holy shit, let's open for them,
well, I would say Queens of the Stone Age.
Queens of...
Ooh, that's
yeah,
a good one.
Queens of the Stone Age.
We would say Dave, but Dave got some stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
He gotta handle his own stuff.
He's got 7 families to tend to.
Yes.
Oh.
I think Queens of the Stone Age. That would be my
That would
pick.
be very
What
cool.
about
Or
Queen?
Badflower?
Queen themselves. Add the Wembley.
Wembley. Alice in
we
Chains.
got it.
Alice in Chains, though? Yeah, that would be cool, though. Yeah.
Y'all are so silly. All right. So next question. So, I'm familiar with your music, but there's a lot of people out there that are not. How would you describe your music to somebody who has never heard it?
It's very loud. It's melodic but loud. It's very noisy, but like in a fun way.
Yeah.
It can make you cry, but also make you slam your head through a wall.
It's kind of undescribable.
It's like if you threw Nirvana into a Van Halen cover band and then just hope for the best.
Oh my God, I love that analogy.
You just hope and pray that it's
the best description we've gotten was y'all sound like y'all from the 90s, but not trying to copy anybody out of the 90s. Y'all sound like
we could
compliment.
We could have a time machine and just place ourselves back in there, and then we would fit. So,
no, but also, you're in a market that's oversaturated with metal and Zydeco and jazz and, things like that. And, I honestly think that if you guys were in a different market, you probably would have seen more results sooner, and more cohesion,
It's crazy that we're gotten this far with the market that we're fighting in.
I know, right? Well, but what's even crazier? I told you like earlier this week, I texted you and told you like, it's crazy how we don't really have an alternative scene, but we're building it. And we're building it collectively together because we all want to see the same thing, because like I said earlier, I love metal, love it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not listening to metal all day, every day. I've got some new wave. I've got some industrial, I've got some hip hop. I've got some, techno. I've got all kinds of I even got some country in there, I even got some Britney Spears, but I like that you guys are so different, so diverse. And so, I'm very excited to see like where this alternative scene goes for going forward. Yeah. So we'll have to see.
It helps that we all like different kinds of music.
Yeah, and it helps that we're all severely ADD.
Right? Yeah, me included. All right. So next question: how do you come up with new songs? Do you commit to writing, or do you just let it organically happen? Like, do you write down a lyric here, a lyric there, and then just kind of try to make sense of it? How do you do that? How do you come up with new songs?
For the lyric part, I have like a writing addiction, so I write like a song a day lyric wise, and then I kind of just write them all day, every day because I get bored shitless at school.
Right.
And I just kind of write all day about it, and then I kind of like write riffs in the room, like between when I wake up and when I go to bed. And then eventually, when we have practices or anything, I kind of just bring them, and then we just organically filter out what kind of sucks and then what doesn't, and then just sometimes I just spitball lyrics and then fix them later.
Yeah, either he has a song written down and he has a riff ready, and then me and Alec write the bass and drums for it. Or he says, I got something cool on guitar and we're just going to spit this one out.
Yeah.
And then we kind of work it around, play it live because we almost every weekend. So, like, the songs we have recorded right now on Spotify when that we first came over sound nothing like what's on Spotify. So we kind of organically like, oh, this would sound cool here. This would sound cool as we play them.
Yeah,
so,
like, we had a bluesy song, and we played it at the showcase, and it turned from like this slow song to a sludgy, fuzzed out Soundgarden sounding song. It's like the real it went from something really basic to very loud and deafening, but it changed a lot in like a month.
Yeah,
but
I think I remember that song because you changed the tempo at the end.
Yeah, and Nick loves to like. This is like one of the last songs that said, "Hey, this is a new song. We've never played it before. Figure it out." We've probably done that every show.
I just throw him into the weeds.
He does. We try to see if people can pick out which one that we've never played before.
Yeah.
Most of the time,
like a challenge every time you have a show. Just throw you out to the wolves. Here you go.
That's almost every show we do. He's like, "Yo, I got a new
jam." We also don't make set lists.
We don't.
I don't believe in set lists, and I'm not gonna write it down. Unless
what you just tell everybody like before the show, like, hey, these are the songs we're doing.
No, no one knows.
When the song's about to come up,
he turns it out when we're playing.
Either he starts playing the intro riff, or he just says, "Hey, we're playing this song."
Hey guys, I'm kind of feeling this one, and then
oh my god, y'all gotta get more planned with that stuff because
but it adds to the fun.
And you can't hear him or you can't realize what he's saying.
No, we've known each other for so long that there's like some there's like mental cues that we just know where we're gonna go. Okay. So a lot of the time, like no one notices that we've never had a set list, and because
every once in a while you hear him start playing the riff, and you see me and Alex look at each other and like, oh, he's playing that song.
Yeah, oh my god, that's too funny! I didn't even realize that.
Exactly, that's the point. We sound like cohesive all the time.
And then sometimes he'll pull a cover from like 2 years ago we used to play, and we're like, we're playing this cover right now, and I'm like,
I don't know how to play it. I don't even know how to play it. I just said a name of a song and we went for it. Like the other week we played Creep. We haven't done Creep in 2 years, and I didn't even remember how to play it. I messed up the whole first half.
Oh my god, y'all crack me up! You crack me up. So, what do you guys have coming up in the queue? I know you just released the new EP. But are you planning on doing a full album? Do you have some more singles coming out? Or are you just going to promote what you got for now?
We have a song that we may be recording next month or in June before we go out on tour. And it's just like it's going to be a little single thing. I mean, we have plans for an album, but we're trying to like get something more cohesive.
Right.
Put together. And we kind of want to do tours and like little tours like that and to branch out our audience so we don't just throw music into the wind.
Right.
And, spend all that money and all that time to make something no one wants to see yet.
We have a bunch of songs like pretty close to done.
Yeah, we have a lot of songs.
We have a lot of
songs.
There's
a lot. Like we have like at least 2 hours almost of original music. But we just don't show everybody them because like we just kind of just play like again no set list. We just kind of see what happens.
Kind of feel the vibe of the venue.
So what can we expect at Eclipse Fest from you guys besides something secret with Goodbye Academy?
You get to experience us doing a new cover where we're all gonna struggle. We're all struggling deeply.
New originals.
And new originals. We got like
and our old stuff. Of course.
We have like the stuff we've been playing, and we have some I think 3 new originals we're gonna do, and we're also doing Queens of the Stone Age song. And our this man is having a time so far because we're doing Song for the Dead, and he is He's trying.
I got the intro.
He's got it. You know, I will say, Alec, that's another thing too. You didn't hear all the people giving you props after y'all set at the Homegrown Mayhem showcase.
They always go up to this guy.
Yeah.
Nice job, man.
It's usually everybody go up to him and be like, yo,
Gets the pictures.
He's been getting, you got pipes.
I've been getting
lately.
lungs.
Gets the autograph.
You got the lungs.
I got lung comments.
He got last show, like one of the last shows. He got
strong lungs.
You sound like Kurt Cobain, but like if you could sing.
Oh my God. But seriously, like people were coming up to me and they were giving Alec props because of all the tempo changes in your songs. And they were like, that dude's a beast. He keeps up. And I was like, yeah.
I try.
Jokes on them.
And it's mostly basses because really nobody notices bass.
You get more compliments than me face to face.
That is true, but it's usually people that been in a band or like play bass.
Okay, so this is something that we've noticed being like always. I mean, we're all turning 23 this year, but we're still like the younger ones that are being productive. But the funny thing is that bass players are always super nice and forward with how they say it. Drummers are always like, "Man, you beat it," and that's what they say. But like guitar players all like don't want to compliment each other. Like I'll go up to somebody and compliment them, and they'll stare at me like I just killed their mom, and like they don't want to hear what I have to say. But like I'll be like, "Man, you did a really good job." Okay. And then they'll say, "Nice lungs," and then they'll walk away and they'll talk to me for the rest of the day. I it's like I don't. It's weird. Like the people compliment us really weird, and then every now and then they have like people that go, "Man, I really loved it. I really love it," and then they'll like compliment all of us and give us hugs randomly, like we know them, and then we'll never see one of those people again for like 3 months, and then we're just sad.
Awesome. Well, and then so I forgot to mention too. So next week we've got Hope Fest in DeRidder, and so myself, and Mixed Alternative Magazine are gonna be out there supporting, and we've got a stacked lineup for Hope Fest also. So Nick actually is going to be y'all are very busy the next couple months. You've got tons of shows. We've got Hope Fest. We got Eclipse Fest. I'm trying to think what else. I think you're going to go like save a baby from a burning building at some point or something,
We're on TV.
Oh, yeah. Y'all got that TV appearance. Hey, let's plug that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, okay. So I stalked some people. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I found. Don't cancel me. I'm just kidding. Okay. No, but I found the news website through UL, and a bunch of other bands are doing it. And I was like, I kind of want to hit them up. And then coincidentally, the only one they had available was my birthday. So I linked it, and we like set it up, and they were like, "Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear like the people are saying this is gonna be the heaviest band, and we're also like the only like we're the youngest band on there and the loudest." So let's hope the TV knows. Hopefully they don't like have an attack when they hear us go in there. It's been a lot of like alternative, like Double Knockout did a great one,
right?
And, like Whack did a good one, and like a bunch of other people did them. But like we're gonna be the most chaotic and loud.
We're gonna be the loudest, and then we switch to like some of our softer stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna be all over the place.
That transition into loud stuff.
It's gonna be on channel 15 for people that have Cox, and it's gonna be streaming on AOC website.
Okay, what date is that? Because I'm not familiar with the day of your birthday.
It's the day before Eclipse Fest.
Day before Eclipse Fest.
Oh, so next week. Okay, so the 11th.
Oh, next week. No, May 9th. Ma'am, that's a month.
Wait, no, you just said Hope Fest. Hope Fest is next week.
I said no. I meant Eclipse Fest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said it wrong. So it's before Eclipse Fest. You guys are going to be on TV performing.
Yeah, and we also have another festival right before, like a week before Eclipse Fest. Also,
which festival was that?
A Bear Festival in Franklin.
Oh wow. Okay, you know what? Let's take us through. Okay, so Phantom Sun, very busy band out of Lafayette, Louisiana. They've got a lot of shows coming up. So Nick, take us through where are you guys playing from now until the end of May? Where can people come see you?
Oh, okay. Let me hit them with the all. Okay,
the abbreviated version, please.
Are we playing the 11th?
Maybe.
Okay, so we might be playing at Gator Cove on the 11th.
Okay.
The 12th we have Hope Fest. The 18th we're playing in Lake Charles at Panorama with We Are the Virus and Gray Areas. Love those guys.
Love them too.
We're taking maybe 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off, and then we're playing the Bear Festival on May 3rd.
Okay.
And maybe playing Boom Boom Room that night, the same day.
Ooh, wow.
Maybe
2 shows on the same day.
Two shows one day. And then
Savage.
May 9th, we're on TV. May 10th, we're playing Eclipse
What about
Fest.
Beaumont? You forgot to put
Oh, well, I'm not there yet.
Wait, that's in May?
That's in May 17th.
Oh.
We don't even know our own schedule.
Okay, so May 10th is Eclipse Fest, and then a week later we go to Beaumont to play with We Are the Virus and Gray Areas again at For the Record. And then May 16th we may have something. I'm working on it. And then May 24th we have a thing that is to be announced. And May 30th I think we're having another festival. One's inviting us to. May 31st we have another one. And
we have a lot of shows.
We also do weddings and birthdays.
No, we don't.
We don't.
We don't, please.
And then in June, so far we have June 13th, but I'm setting up another one. And then we're going on tour from June 23rd till July 12th. And then we have more after that.
God, you guys, like, literally, you are one of the hardest working bands in Louisiana right now. Like, y'all are hustling, like, and mad props, you know? I wish I had y'all's energy because I'm old now. Like, man, you know, like, I need y'all's energy. I can't keep up.
We try to play as much as we can.
Yeah, we try to play as much. I didn't expect May to be so full, but like every time like I'd ask, they all just hit me up and then we're like, "Oh, we have a spot for you now." And I was like, "Okay."
Hell yeah. Well, I only have one more question for you guys. And so my last question is, before we close out, for those who have never seen you perform live, what can they expect when they come to a Phantom Sun show?
Deafness.
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus. You get to see 3 people awkwardly get up on stage, but like somehow we're super awkward as people, but we're so confident in being awkward that you just feel like you know what we're doing, but deep at heart we're crying in despair because we don't know what we're doing, but we're also trying our best to be fun. And then maybe you'll laugh at us, but maybe you won't, you know? But I don't know. You'll have fun. That's about as much as I can give you.
That's what we can. Yeah, that's what we can promise.
You'll have fun. You won't know if you'll be deaf or, you know, you might go blind. I don't know.
Every show is going to be different. So if you come to one, you won't. It will not be the same as the other.
Depending on our mood that day is the show you're getting. So you have to come to all of them to get a cohesive package. It's like a McDonald's Happy Meal.
You gotta collect the toys.
Collect the toys.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to close out. This is Nicole Brice for Mixed Alternative Magazine. We've been talking with Phantom Sun, one of my favorite bands out of Lafayette, Louisiana. They are a grunge alternative band. They have a new EP.
Whoa,
I just peed.
Oh my God. See, I can't even keep a straight face with these guys. So anyway, they have a new EP out. All right. It's fire. It's awesome. They've got a discography of all kinds of good tunes. So go down the rabbit hole and I'll throw up some links. But Phantom Sun, busy schedule between now and June. And so be sure to follow them on social and see what they're up to and go catch a show, man. Because like they said, it is always something different, to be quite honest. And no 2 sets are ever the same. And they're just nice people. So thanks y'all for chilling with me today. And
thank you.
That was so much energy for no reason.
That's the most energy we had this whole
You
day.
peaked the mic so hard.
Thank
oh
you.
my God, they are so silly. All right, thanks y'all. Appreciate it.